Welcome back, learners. I'm your teacher, Ms. Kagendo. In our previous 2 lessons, we started looking at fieldwork. We defined what fieldwork is, and we also discussed the importance of fieldwork. We also looked at the stages in fieldwork. We looked at 5 stages. The first one, which was preparation stage. Number 2, collecting data. Number 3, recording the data. Number 4, processing the data. Analysis and interpretation of the data. Now, today we are going to look at challenges encountered in fieldwork. Challenges encountered in fieldwork. Challenges encountered in fieldwork. When you go out for fieldwork, after you have prepared, you have done everything, you may find yourself facing some challenges. So we are going to look at them and of course try to see the solution that you can get for each challenge. Number 1, the first challenge that you can get is language barrier. Language barrier. That is one of the challenges that you can get. So you can prepare everything. Then when you go to the host community or the catchment area, you find that the informants cannot understand your language and you cannot understand their language. So that is one of the challenges. How can you overcome that challenge? What you can do in this case, you can get an interpreter. You can get an interpreter, and that is why we said in our previous lesson that during the preparation stage, you need to conduct a pre-visit. So during your pre-visit, you'll find out, if you find out that there is a language barrier, then you get an interpreter. So that is one of the challenges. Challenge number 2 is unreliable informants. Unreliable informants. You might find out that you go and then the informants are not, they give you the wrong information, maybe knowingly or out of ignorance. And how can you overcome this challenge as a researcher? You can use a lot of questions and probes so that you make sure that at the end of the day, you get reliable information. You get reliable information. So that is challenge number 2 and how you can overcome it. How you can overcome it. Number 3, another challenge that you may find when you go out for fieldwork is failure to establish rapport with the informants. Failure to establish rapport with the informants. So you may find yourself, you go and then the informants are not even ready to talk to you. They are not willing to give out information. So how can you avoid this kind of scenario? How can you overcome challenge number 3? Pre-visit. We go back to pre-visit. It is very important because when you go for a pre-visit, you get to familiarize with your informants. Then you will not encounter this challenge. Again, of course, as a researcher, you must have very good public relations. You relate well. So it is very important that you have good rapport so that they can give you the information that you need. If you are in a position, you can also give them tokens. You can also give them tokens, and that will also help you to overcome this challenge because now they will be more willing to share the information. Now let's go to challenge number 5. Challenge number 4, transport and accommodation. Transport and accommodation problems You may find that you go to the host community, the catchment area, and you find that the transport is bad. You cannot even access some areas. Maybe using your car, you have to walk and all that, and maybe you'll be there for like a week or 3 days and there is no accommodation. That is one of the challenges that you may encounter. How can you overcome this challenge? Again, we go back to a pre-visit. A pre-visit is very important. When you do the pre-visit, you'll find out the kind of transport. Are the roads passable or do you need to walk? So that way you'll avoid this challenge. Accommodation, if there is no accommodation, you can make plans. You go to the next town or even talk to one of the informants to give you accommodation. That is challenge number 4. Challenge number 5. Challenge number 5, bad weather. Bad weather. Bad weather and environmental problems. You may find that you go for the pre-visit and then you see the place. That day it was very sunny, it was okay, but on that day that you're going to conduct your field work, you find out that in the morning it rains cats and dogs. That one, there is no way you can prevent it. Just prepare for that. Anytime you're preparing for field work, capture or bear in mind some such cases that can happen. So in this case, you just need to be very prepared. You just need to be very prepared in case of bad weather and environmental problems. You just prepare so that you can solve that challenge. Let's go to challenge number 6. Challenge number 6. Breakdown of research equipment. So during your preparation stage, you prepared very well, you carried your cameras, your tapes and everything, but during the field work, your equipment breaks down. So what can you do in this case? You use alternative ways. For example, now you can do writing because there is no way. Maybe you are somewhere you cannot even repair, so you use alternative ways of recording the information. Number 7, you may get a challenge in timing. For example, you want to go to for circumcision ceremony, and then it happens in December, then you go in November. That time your timing is wrong. So to overcome this challenge, you must prepare well. Get the facts clearly so that you don't get stranded. Challenge number 8, culture shock. Culture shock. You may go and find out, you go to a new community that you have not been there before, and then you find that things are very different from what you are used to. For example, you want to go and interview some ladies, but you find that in that culture, a man, let's say you are a man, the researcher is a man in this case, and you want to interview some ladies, and then you go to the culture and find that in their culture, a man and a lady are not supposed to sit together. What do? You accommodate the culture of the host community. And again, you're supposed to be sensitive as you talk. Don't go there and telling them, this is wrong, you are backward, you cannot do that. No, you must be sensitive. And another challenge that you may face, the administration. The administration may deny the researcher. The administration may deny the researcher permission. of course, permission to undertake field work in certain area. So in this case, how do you overcome that challenge? You try another area that, of course, will give you the same results because you cannot go forcing them. You cannot go forcing the administration. So learners, these are not the only challenges that you can meet. There are other more, so keep on researching and get some more. We have looked at 9 of them. So make sure you add some more because I'm sure you also have some challenges that may be encountered in fieldwork. So that is all for today. Thank you for listening. And I hope you have learned something on fieldwork in the 3 lessons that we have had. Thank you very much.